Hello, my soul loves. It's Kimberly, and we're going to dive into the energy more. I've already done some already leading up to this, but I'm going to do another dive into this solar eclipse that we have in Libra on the 14th. This solar eclipse is a Aries Libra eclipse. So that means that we are in a new 18 and a half month cycle when this starts. We're already in it. The nodes shifted in July, and so we're in this cycle. So these energies are setting the next 18 months. Whoopee, humanity, aren't you doing a bang up job? I'm sorry, but yeah, that's how I feel. So it's up to you. It's up to you of what you're going to do with these energies and how you take this. I don't look at the universe as controlling us or doing anything to us, but it's how to take the power of the energies of the planet and do something with them to transmute your karma, because that's what this energy is all about. Aries is all about me, me, me. Libra is about the balance of the whole. So it's the I against the me. And is it not playing out in humanity's consciousness? So you get to choose how you're going to do that, where you're going to be a part of this, and what you're going to do with it. And take this opportunity to heal these cycles for yourself, to heal the places that you have been conditioned. Okay, that's what the game's about, is the unconditioning. That's what we're on planet Earth. That's what humanity is playing out. It is the species that said, I will come and take all of this on to transmute it. And you jumped in and said, oh yeah, that will be so fun. When you were in spirit, you said that will be so fun. And then you got here and you're like, what the? Where's the rule book? I don't understand these rules. I thought I was coming to be love and light on this planet. How did everybody forget who they were? So that's the game that we're in, people. And we got a big old solar eclipse that's here for us. And then in 2 weeks, we will have a lunar eclipse following this, which will be the end of the last 18-month cycle that we have been in, which was Scorpio and Taurus. And the Scorpio Taurus, Scorpio. So Taurus is about, it's an Earth planet. It's about Earth. It's about values. It's which so is Libra, because they're both ruled by Venus. And in Scorpio is all about transmutation, bringing the shadow to the light. So are we not showing our shadow selves right now? So that's what the energy is about. And the house, I'm at the end, I will go do all signs. And this will be the house that you at your sign. I'm going to do all signs, and it will be the themes of the houses that where this is an opportunity to transmute this energy in your personal journey, your personal karma. It's like, what is the opportunity of the victimology that's coming up for you to heal? So that's what we're going to do. And there's some other players in this. And so go, if you watch the one that I did this week already, I think I released it. I don't know what day that was. I should know that. But it was the weekly one for the week. It says preparing for the solar eclipse. So you can listen to that one too, because I talk about the whole week and what the energy was leading up to this, and then what this week was personally in the theme for you. And now we're going to talk about what this 18th month cycle is for you. So as we approach this energy, this celestial event that will be visible in the United States. It's going to be coming. Which way is it going? I think it's coming this way, or is it coming this way? You can look on the, there's all kinds of NASA type maps that show you, but I know it's going through Texas. Utah is where the totality is going to be. I'm in Kentucky, and the totality that we had 2017 was here, so I got to witness that. I'm not driving out west to watch this, and so it's going to go all the way down through Mexico. Cross. That's why Texas, in the world of mundane astrology, where it crosses the border, we could see more things about border conflicts, immigrants, and that's going to be happening in all kinds of places. Okay, so that's just part of it. Part of this exciting energy that's going on. So it can be intense and it can be transformative events, primary due to the celestial influence presence with Pluto, the planet heat. Pluto is all about transformation. It's the Lord of the underworld coming up to settle your ass out with your own karma. So it's currently where it's at. It's creating a challenging a square aspect to this solar eclipse. And Mars also, which the Romans coined Mars as the god of war, is just went into Scorpio today, and Scorpio's modern ruler is who? None other than Pluto. And who is Mars? Who is Scorpio's ancient ruler? Mars. So we have a lot of energy that's playing in this field with us. Okay, so how do you navigate these energies? Well, you need your broom. You need to stay fearless and be ready to release. This is what the thumbnail is on the one that I did that's got more about it that I said you could go watch. So stay balanced, release it. This Libra is about harnessing the potential of the inner healing, the balance, the growth. It promises to be as the energy to bring up where has been the lacking of the inner value for you, and what is at the heart of that, and what the energy that it's known for is to emphasize one-on-one relationships, justice, equality, beauty. And there's an interplay with Pluto and those other celestial bodies that I mentioned to make this eclipse even more intense. So Pluto's current square aspect to the solar eclipse casts a shadow over the event, infusing it with a sense of intensity, transformation. Pluto is often associated with the underworld, the darker aspects of the human psyche. It brings it to surface old wounds and unhealed traumas. Is he not doing a bang up job of that right now? So, this is a moment for the collective shadow work. Yep, they're working out their shadows, people, and so are you. Everybody's working out their shadow right now. So, how are you going to bring that shadow and be the light worker that you are and transmute this energy? It's because humanity's got to confront its past and its current conflicts in order to resolve them. Yeah, whatever it was that I just tried to say. The collective karma of these nodes. It's about understanding the significance of this eclipse. We must also consider these lunar nodes that I just spoke about, the whole Aries and Libra thing. The oppositions of these signs, they're opposite each other on the thing. So Libra and Aries represent the contrasting energies, and their demonic energy has become the focal point of the collective and the collective awareness. The tension between these two opposing forces mirrors the polarities present in society, ranging from cooperation to diplomatic and independence and assertion. Assertion. Okay? That realm is known for its assertion. When it's in alignment, it is balanced, divine, masculine action. When it's not in balance, it is conquer, control. What can I take? Who can I control in the world? Okay. So this celestial configuration is intensified by Pluto's tight square aspects to the lunar nodes, setting up the stage for a pivotal moment in humanity's history. As Pluto stations, it reaches its maximum influence, making the period of critical juncture for addressing the collective karma and finding ways to harmonize the opposing energies by exploring the dark and the light of it all. Pluto's role in the eclipse invites us to explore both the shadows and the higher potentials of Libra and Aries energies. On the darker side, we see the extreme behaviors, injustice, with division within society. Okay? So there's other players in this that their shadows are also merging here. It's a flying monkey show, you all. It is the flying monkey show right now. So it depends on where these other players are in your chart and what that is going, how that's going to come up for you. It's going to bring issues of control, power, greed to the forefront. However, in from this darkness will come light. For the true healing of transformation occurs. Pluto's presence signals opportunity to dig it up out of it, dig it all up, dig up that old dirt. Oh, it's going to pull up the old structures and it's going to break down the old structures of the world that no longer serves humanity. As Pluto prepares to enter into Aquarius, this is what this is about, you all. It is preparing us when we move into this journey with Pluto going into Aquarius in January for the next 20 odd years. Okay. So we got to clean it up now so that we can move into this energy. So as Pluto prepares to enter into Aquarius, humanity stands on a pivotal moment of the new age, and not without addressing its deep-seated wounds and traumas. So the balancing of the Libra Aries energy. So there's these tensions between Libra and Aries are palpable right now. We can feel it, can't we? We can feel it, we can see it, we can hear it. It's all over. We can smell it during this eclipse. So it's going to be in your world too, not just the outer world, but that because you know, um Venus is Libra's ruling planet, and Aries, Mars, those are interpersonal planets. The others are outer world influences. Okay, so where am I at? There's a potential for growth and balance. It's Libra associated with balance and harmony in love. She's going to bring peace and find a common ground with this energy, with Aries. She's talking to it now. It's like, how would you talk to this gentle little baby here? We say, bless your heart. Holy Spirit, show me how to see this, which Aries embodies the independence, the courage, the self-assertion. On a personal level, we can ask ourselves, how can we find better balance between these qualities within ourselves? How can we assert ourselves lovingly and harmoniously rather than resorting to aggression or passivity? Because Libra can do that. I know, baby, I'm a Libra here. Okay. Libra can do that. And then finally, Libra goes, that's it. You tilted my scales enough, and I'm not going to put it up with your shit anymore. So, yeah, Libra can do that. You know, it's like she's all about harmony, but boy, she will let you know when the scales have been flipped. Because, you know, in the ancient world, the scales represented weighing out that heart to see who went to heaven or hell. It's like she'll send your hands to hell in a second if your heart is dark. Okay, so it's all about that energy. Where do we need to stand up for ourselves? and embrace the greater independence of her life, to release the conditioning. So this is about embracing healing and communications. Mercury's alignment with this eclipse is coupled with the opposition of Chiron in Aries. Chiron has been in Aries, so and that's the wounded healer. So it's showing the wounds. It's saying, "I am bleeding here. Please help me." Okay, and when Chiron takes that energy and catalyzes it, it's a gift for you, the gift that you brought in. So it underscores the significance of communication, healing during this period, and engaging in self-dialogue, whether it's through journaling, the spoken word. It can be a powerful way to navigate the emotional energies during this time period of this eclipse energy, allowing your thoughts, your emotions to flow freely. I can't say that tonight. We can release the old wounds and move towards more authentic expression. So it's about embracing the growth. As the Libra eclipse approaches, we stand at an intersection of profound change and healing. Pluto's influence shifting these lunar nodes and the interplay between Libra and Aries energies create a potential celestial backdrop by embracing this transformative energy both individually and collectively. We can work towards more balanced and harmonious energy in society, one that values both the individual and the cooperation and the independence of partnership, justice, and love. At times of this intensity and turbulence in the world, it's essential to remember we are co-creators of our reality. We are interconnected in this universe. And as we navigate the energies of this eclipse and the challenges and the opportunities it presents, let us be gentle with ourselves and with one another. The Libra solar eclipse is a portal for growth and transformation. And together we can merge from this with greater we can merge with greater wisdom. We can bring that energy, the light that will be there. And how do we become the light worker and be the light worker in this world and walk it in our everyday life? You know what Gaia herself told me? Gaia is she's the spirit of earth. Okay. So she's like she embodies earth. So earth is her body and Gaia is, the soul, the spirit of earth. And she told me one day, when I could love humanity the way she loves humanity, and that when all humans love humanity the way she loves us, that's when we ascend. It's not something outside of us, it's within us. It's an inside job. And when we can love humanity, when we can go, Holy Spirit, show me how to see this. And no matter how inhumane and how cruel, whatever it is that we're witnessing that might be right at our front door, when we can love humanity and know that it's the conditioning and the woundedness of the inner child that wasn't nurtured, that wasn't listened to, that wasn't valued. That's what all this energy is about. And it acts out. It acts out in the aggressive energy. Okay. So when you can love humanity the way she does, Gaia looks at us and goes, "Oh, human, I'm so sorry. Come here. I'll take care of you." That's what she does. And then there'll be a tipping point where if we can't come into it, then this species will not be the species that rules this earth, because Gaia herself will survive, because her face has changed more than one time. And you know what? We'll all go back to energy and there'll be another species that takes over. Okay. that's my 2 cents on that. So you have the power. to protect your inner peace. And it's within your heart. It's within your heart. And when you go into the love and the compassion and connect to that, if you can't find it within your own personality, within your own soul, because your soul does not. Spirit is the all-knowing part that carries all the love. Your soul has karma that it comes in here with, and it has grudges and stuff that it's playing out for eons. We're watching that right now. So when you can connect to that, and that's what we're here for the soul to purge and to cleanse, so that the soul can carry the unconditional love for all souls, because it is the one soul. It's the aspect. It is a fragment of the aspect of the light that is the one. Okay, and we're all part of that light. Now we're going to go in to each. Okay, so each individual sign, we're going to go into that. We're going to bring it down and we're going to make it all individual now. So I am Kimberly Crow. I am a Western astrologer using whole sign system for this energy analysis. So listen up to your rising sign. That is the time that you were born. It's the moment that you came in to this embodiment that your spirit said, yes, I'll do it. And it took a soul and came in and embodied. Your sun is your birthday. Okay. So that's the day. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a Libra. So it's that's your sun sign. It can be your personality. It can be what you reflect out into the world and what others reflect to you. It also can represent male energy in your chart, authority, male energy, a father figure. The moon is your emotional IQ. It's your emotional intelligence and how you reflect that in your relationships. And it can represent mother in your chart. Okay, here we go. We're going to do Aries first. So, Aries, rising sun, moon. This energy is happening in your seventh house, which means there's something that needs to be purged, to let go of, purged, to let go of when it comes to important connection or relationships in your life. It also could be romantic partnerships. There could be some energies around what needs to be dispersed or what you need to surrender the control around. And it also could be work related partnerships and business partnerships and commitments and agreements and contracts involving your career at work. Something going on bigger in the big picture in your life. And it could be that there's a blockage coming from your romantic or what you believe is your romantic partnerships and your actual relationships that's preventing you from moving forward with what you are laser focused on and accomplishing and achieving it when it comes to your career goals and plans. Even if you're not somebody who is out there in the world working, and even if you're not someone who has a massive, crazy career, um or you could be retired or you whatever it is, it's like there could be something that you want to do or that you want to put out into the world, so the world at large and the kind of impact in the world in a greater way. There could be a blockage to actually doing that. So that's what this energy is about, is transmuting that. And you got this 18-month cycle that this is going to be in your base during this time period. Okay. So it could come from the naysayer energy. It could be a toxic relationship, those voices in your head. Who is that? Okay. Or even healthy relationships where the person it's really your own toxicity of what you think that you have to do, in order to have this relationship. The person just doesn't necessarily agree with what you're doing, and you're not on board with it, with your cause. So you're not on board with your cause. So this is a thing where to pay attention to this during this time period, that just notice what comes up, especially on the 14th. What's the energy that comes up on that day? Because it could be significant for the next 18-month cycle and what it is that you're going to be working on with this. So the power control relationships are creating unnecessary fear around your goals, around your achievements, around your biggest aspirations. So look at your relationships. Are they truly balanced? Are they helping you accomplish what you want to accomplish out in the world? Or are they hindering you through their negativity? And what's something that you really need to look at here is what's the time that you're losing to yourself with this major relationship issue? As the energy comes up and down, you need to address this to be able to heal it, to move forward. And where are you, where are you at in this? What is it that, where are you being toxic about? Okay, it could be a karmic situation or a cycle that's been repeating over and over in this relationship and relationships and relationships. So it's a time to look at that and what's coming up in your lenses with this. You could actually think about it, work through it, move from the pattern. It could be internal pattern that you express yourself by that you notice that you're drawing the same situations to yourself over and over again. So if you are, it's here, so you will heal it. Your soul is magnetizing it to you so that you can psychologically and emotionally work through this. And then you're going to need to surrender. And it could be a big situation that comes up that you need to surrender, like terms that are important in this relationship, ending contracts, or along those lines. Okay. So Aries, because this is your it's your sun. It's what it's you. It's in your sun. So especially the suns and rising signs, you're going to be feeling this personally very intensely, and you want to make sure you take good care of yourself. Physically, take good care of yourself. Mentally, take good care of yourself. Your whole psychological well-being, because you're more likely to be frustrated and unburdened by the energies of this eclipse if you balance yourself. And other people around you are going to make sure that you're taking time to down regulate your central nervous system. Okay. Do some breathing, do some journaling, be in nature, do what it is that you love, what you truly love during this time period, and not just what you think you desire, but what really brings love to your heart, Aries. So, okay, that's your energy for this time period. So, I'm hearing balance and harmony is actually your word for this next 18 months. That when it comes up, say, Holy Spirit, show me the path of balance and harmony. Okay, Taurus. Taurus rising, sun, moon. This energy is happening in your sixth house. So, it's your health and your health work daily routine. So for Taurus, this could be a time where it all heats up for you, and you're probably going to feel busy and overwhelmed with work, with your day-to-day reality of your life. You're going to want to pull away from some of that and take care of you. Let it be about you. Because you may feel emotionally overwhelmed in some situations that are unfolding in your life, especially if you're working in a day-to-day work employee type environment. Coworkers could be there could be some really heated stuff that come up in the energy, and there could be some intense situations that come up. Thank God the 14th is a Saturday, so maybe you're not working. There could be something where you're being asked to do what you don't feel like you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis. So one of your regular habits or routines that's going against what you consciously know. So this could be a work-related thing that's going against your value and what you're valuing in your life. So it's going against your belief systems, and you're going to feel it. You're going to really feel it rub up against you in some way. So it's going against your perception of what's right, what's wrong. So you're acting against your own integrity when that comes up. So it could come up from in a way that's intense And it also could be that someone else in your work environment is acting against you, and then what you feel like is integrity for you, they think that it's integrity for them, and there could be a clash that comes up with this. There that it feels like they're going against your own morals and your values and your ethics of what you believe is right, and that you have to think about what do I want to do? Do I want to stay in this toxic work environment? Do I want to keep this person um that I'm employed by, or maybe somebody you've employed on my team? What's it look like for you depending on your situation? There could also be something coming up involving your health. So it could disrupt the flow of your day-to-day reality, and you want to make sure that you're taking some extra care to nourish your body, especially in this energy. This is 18 months, people. Remember that. It's more about the internal physiological stress. So the to your day-to-day life right now, and the impact that it's having on you in your physical body. Could be time to move, to decompress, to eat some nourishing whole food type stuff. Get off the junk food is what I'm hearing. It's that's the comfort food is not feeding your soul or your body or your mental thing. Um I'm gonna throw this in here. I also do human design, and there's something in it called variables. So it could be a good time to get a reading with that to see what your variables are, because it talks about your diet and your determination, and you may be going against that and what actually works for your own system. Cause so it could be a good time to reach out to somebody to get a reading with to see what that's all about for you. There also could be something that comes up where it throws you unexpectedly into a caregiver role, where you're having to care for a family member or a friend or even a pet where you weren't expecting to deal with at this time. So that could throw you off of your cycle. So make sure that you take care of yourself if that does come up during that time period, because it's going to be an extra burden to your day-to-day life that you're really going to be reflecting between that and the work stuff. Okay, so if you're focusing in on things, just letting it be and happen is going to be something different for you in this area, and to be in the flow with it. Let's see. So it could be something that brings ultimate healing to you in the long run, and it could be positive, but in the moment you're not going to necessarily see that, so it's going to feel like a real burden to you. Okay, so that's when you ask Holy Spirit to show you the way, show you, say, Spirit, show me the way through this. Because when it feels like a burden, it's not really ours to carry. That's when we're carrying the conditioning from, society and society rules. Okay, so Taurus, your word for balance for you during this time period is, what is your word? Let's see. What's the word? Let me ask. I am hearing surrender, Taurus. It's about being in it, standing in your value, and surrendering to your own integrity. Okay. To what makes you feel like you're in integrity. Gemini rising. This energy is going to be less intense for you, lucky, because you've had enough intense energy for you. So this is going to be happening in your fifth house, which is the house of fun and joy and hobbies. So things that you love could be about your passions, and it could bring passive income to you, is what I'm hearing. Creative self-expression. This could also be the house of children. So the only thing that I would say here would be the intenseness of the energy. There's a potential for you, if you're not planning it, there could be babies coming in. So just think about that and what that energy could be, because it could create stress in your life. So, we can always say not now, not this time. And it also could be yeah, something that's being birthed. So the emotional issues around that could be in the eighth house. So it could do with your finances and what the finances burdens of that could be for you. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I wasn't planning this now. How am I going to do this? And that kind of energy. So whatever that is that comes up for you, even your creative, whatever it is that you're birthing that way. And then you feel like that you have to make a financial decision with it and what you think is value of you and what you're pouring your money into, and that this may require you to put some money that way, but know in the long run that it's a good thing, that anything involving these sparks of creativity that could bring more love and joy into your heart is going to bring, in the long run of the 18 months, it'll be worth the value because of the joy that it'll bring you. Okay. Let's see. What else have I got here? So you may start panicking and your brain wants to control the situation. So pay attention to when your brain has went a little crazy and it's in a worse way than you think that it's going to be. And if there's something that your children need or you want to do for them that's causing a lot of stress, because it may not be financially viable and that you lose all your energy to you because you think you have to make it happen. So that's also a conditioning that could be coming up for you. So that could be that you notice that you're feeling that way, that you have to be the provider for this. Something in the past, it could even be a past hobby that all of a sudden you realize maybe it's not bringing the passion to you anymore and it's costing you. So there could be some stuff like that that you actually let go of during this time period. Okay, there also could be a old flame or a love affair comes up, because this is also the fifth house is also the house of sex and sensuality. It's that kind of creativity too. So all the things that's connected to intimate connection and the passion. So where is that energy expanding you and where is it taking from you? So you may, that could be one of the things that comes up for you during this time period. It could be that a lover comes back because it's time for you to close the door and to decide. You could have been thinking about it and how much how beautiful all of that was, and all of a sudden they're back again and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? This was over a long time ago, and I need a new connection and not the old connection. Or it could be a total new connection with the same person. So look at it that way too. Just let spirit show that to you if that comes up for you. If it feels fun and playful and it's light, then it could be really beautiful. So that's what to go with, is what feels fun and playful for you, Gemini. Get out of your head, stay in the energy of what is fun and playful. I think that's what your word's going to be, because this could really bring some joy, and it's time for you to be in that fun, joyous energy and to be passionate in the world. So that's your word through this, is what lights your fire and what brings joy to your heart. Okay. I know I'm taking a longer time with these. I seem to be going off in whatever land. Cancer. Cancer rising. This new moon is happening in your fourth house, which is the house of home and family, property, real estate. It's your roots. It's what's going on behind the scenes, the closed doors, whatever that's going on for you right now. It's also so it's not so public. It's kind of behind the closed doors. There could be change in what's going on there and something that you need to purge during this time period, to let go of, to move on. Any victimology that you have around anything, especially on psychological, emotional attachment to some sort of fear or need to control something involving your family home, and involving your property, real estate, or something that's going on behind the scenes, the closed door realm of that area. issues could be coming up that you something involving something that you want to be purchasing, maybe a new home or moving, and all of a sudden you realize that it's a bad situation and that you shouldn't have got yourself into this contract. So just pay attention to that, because like I said, it's an 18-month cycle. So don't just buy from some place of need. Really, what is going to bring home to you and home in your heart. I wouldn't put down a deposit right now on anything, if that, unless you're going to have to really feel into this and not do it because of the deal, is what I'm hearing. There could be some energy around that. Okay, let's see. It could be all of a sudden it feels a really good deal, and then it comes apparent to you that there's some things hidden. So that's the message. I'm like, what is the message they're trying to give you? If there is a real estate deal that comes up or something about your home, look for what's hidden behind the door. Ask to be shown what's hidden, and to make sure that you look for all of the hidden things in the contracts and in the house itself and whatever the real estate deal is. It could have some skeletons in its closets, because your skeletons in your closet are wanting to come out and show themselves during this time period. Okay. So pertaining to your family relationships, there could be some old issues that resurface, and you have to surrender to letting go of what may seem unfortunate, and even cutting people out of your life, family members and things like that. But know that it's the season that's within it, and what needs to happen right now. And it might not be forever, but it's just where you're at right now with this. And it doesn't mean that that it's like that. It doesn't mean that the door is shut forever in the situation, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so your word is family of the heart. That's what your word is. That's your word, Cancer. That's what the theme is going to be for you for the next 18 months. Okay, Leo rising. This energy is happening in your third house, which is the house of all sorts of different things. The house of community. It's the house of connection to people who are physically in proximity to you. It's the house of early education, basic skill sets, certification, knowledge, and information. What you gather, the knowledge and the information, reading types of things, sharing information in all of those formats, as well as something that could be coming up for you. I would say that it could be intense communications with that's coming to you. You may hear intense communications during this time period. It also could come in not just from spirit, but email, letter, phone call, third party type things. So with Mercury being involved in your third house, it kind of throws you for a loop, but it causes you to move to the end of something and let go of something, to rethink something, and to probably let go of some kind of old toxic way of thinking that could be part of this. And there could be some kind of weird communication that it just feels weird to you. So feel into that. You're going to be getting you might be getting some weird emails that are related to your work or your employees. They might not even be for you. Co-workers are sending weird shit that you're like, what is this about? So don't just ask for spirit to show you what that is, if it comes towards you, and if it's directed towards you. And don't get pulled into the gossip, is what I'm hearing. Don't get pulled into situations that are involving your coworkers that aren't that don't really apply to you. Stay out of the weirdness. Let the flying monkeys fly. Even though you could be sucked into some intense conversation or situation, you don't I'm hearing this could be a really good 18 months for you to let go of any addiction to gossiping or getting pulled into the gossip. So I'm going to leave it. I might just leave you with that. You don't want to engage in that activity. And that's the shadow side that's going to be coming up for you. So if you get the weird stuff, then let it go, because it's letting you know that it's time for you to release that kind of energy. Um, so other things that may come up for you, a chance to revisit some past travel plan or something, that travel opportunity that you might have passed up on. It may come back for you, and an opportunity to purchase or refinance a vehicle, something like that that's got you moving. Okay. It could involve something that comes around your community too, and that there could be um, something going on in your neighborhood or your housing association in general, the community and what's going on there. So stay out of the gossip there too. Don't go in and be in the middle of whatever Sandy down the block is doing. Just stay out of it. It's not information that if it's information you need to know, then you'll know it on a need to know basis. You don't need to seek it, and you don't need to be pulled into it. I don't know why that's strong, coming in so strong. But the energy may come up that you do need to say or speak your piece with something. You may have to stand up for something that you don't want to have to deal with anymore. And it could be a big part of this for the Leo rising people, that there could be a fated karma situation that come up involving siblings or extended family members, and you may need to cut people out of your life, or somebody from your past that's coming back around, that feels like a sibling to you that you haven't been in contact with for a long time, and that they're coming back and they're trying to pull you into some kind of old family patterns that way, community wise. So just let go of the controlling energy. Find where that flow is for you. I'm hearing this, it's no mind of mine. It's no mind of mine. So when the weird stuff comes up or somebody tries to pull you into something, that's your words. It's no mind of mine. This will give you back some control, because there could be some energy that comes up around some control, some power issue that's been showing up with that, or extending families. So that's your mantra. It's no mind of mine. It's no mind of mine. Okay, Virgo. It's happening in your house of money. Don't panic. If something happens where you lose money and you overspend and you have an unexpected expense that comes and looks like that there could be something along those lines where you really want to control it, what's going on financially, but you can't. It's just happening and it seems out of your control. So it could be in the opposite way of like that maybe money is coming from the past, from the back, something behind you that's coming back forth again. It could be that's happening. So it brings money to you, and you want to know, you want to be in control of the situation, because sometime in the past you felt like you weren't, and you weren't in control of the way it's being distributed. So that's the shadow stuff that's going to be coming up for you, something along those lines. And it's going to bring up, there could be something with inheritance or something that you can't fully control that's going on, and it's really going to bring up that issues for you, that you can't fully be in control of the situation. And it's going to be a hard surrender for you, actually. I mean, it could be. You could really be wrestling in the mud with this one. So the financial changes on the horizon for you. And so plan accordingly. Just know that. And I'm just saying here, and be sure that you've got your own eggs in your basket to take care of yourself if something unplanned comes up. And there could be also a new job opportunity, a new investment that could come your way to cash out, So there could be that energy too. So if this other comes up, then surrender it, let it go, and just let spirit bring the solution to you. This or something better. That's your words. This or something better. This or something better. Because if this disruption comes up, don't let it knock you off your path, because it will probably make you feel uncomfortable at the time. And if it feels scary or intense, then this or something better. This or something better. Okay, it could be that you weren't planning to lose your job and all of a sudden you do, or move your job, or whatever that is. Let's see, what else is in here for you? Yeah, financial changes, bank it. Nah, okay. I'm not even going to bring that up because it's going to be this or something better. Could be a time, though, to look at your debt consolidation, and there could be better choices that you're making for yourself instead of just turning it. It's not a, you need to have a plan, and you don't just turn it over to the universe without a plan. Have the plan, and then this or something better, where you know where you're going. You need the directions for the trip. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Breathe easy, know that you've got this, and that it's going to be okay. Okay, that's your words. This or something better. Bros. Libra rising. This is hitting you intensely, sweetheart. It's personal. Your whole life could change right now. It could be a big, impactful, crazy eclipse for you. You've been put through the ringer in the past 2 months already. And you could really be feeling this, sweetheart, because you've had some nodes hitting your sun, your moon, your rising. The south node is where it's at for Libra. So that's all about karma stuff. That's for everybody, because that's where it's at, is in your south node. So with this Pluto squaring Mars this month, it could cause some chaos for you. So you probably already know that, and you probably already been feeling what these changes are and what's coming up for you, and that it's already happening, and it's already in the mix, and it's already in motion, and you know that it's already in motion, and you're just kind of watching the mudslide happen. So it's the kind of final wake up call that I can't move forward with what I need to do. You may have been feeling like that, and I can't, you may be watching those around you, and you're watching them slide down the mud, and you can't do anything about it. You can't help them. You can't pull them out of the mud. There's nothing that you can do. You can't even connect to the right people to help you with anything. Oh my God, have I been feeling that? I've been looking for the you got to let go of the old attachments, and that's what this is about, because you can't keep people pleasing and being there for everybody without you. There could be some everybody, yeah, without you. You can't be there for everybody without you. You got to take care of yourself first somewhere in all this. There could be some family issues that you need to work through, to purge, to let go of, issues involving your parents, your mother, your father, connections to your family that's causing unnecessary fear and anxiety in a moment due to past traumas that's preventing you from being who you need to be, and putting yourself out there and doing what it is that you came to this earth to do. So it's a time to be letting go. There's something in here that's going to let go for you in the next 18 months. And when you come out the other cycle of this, you're going to carry so much light. I'm going to start crying. You're going to carry so much light, Libra, and that light that you carry out into the world, that you'll be able to let this shine after you let the mud go. Okay. It's a big part of yourself that you're shedding. It's your old skin right now, because you need to focus on something different. And there's a cycle in your life that's coming to a huge, major ending right now. In that itself feels intense because you're transforming. And after this period, after this year, you're going to be a completely different person. You're not going to look back, and you're not going to even act or speak the same. You might not even have the same name. Okay. You may totally go, this is who I am, and I'm shining my light, and this is what you can call me now. Your relationships are going to be dramatically altered, and it's going to be for the better. But going through this at this moment is not comfortable, right? Right, my sister and brother Libras, during this time period for you rising and sun Libras. You got a lot of soul searching that's been going on for you, and you're very self-aware, and you are one of the most self-aware of all of the signs to go into this and do your own work. So there is going to be a lot at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Boy, I needed to hear that myself today. Be aware of who you're connecting with and what you're putting out there. There's so much change going on right now. It's kind of like you're in a rebirthing process, and that you're going through this right now, especially if you're in the end degrees of Libra, in your sun. Well, whatever number that is, that where your sun sign is. So, the end degrees are from 15 to 30. Okay. So if you're in that last, you're in the cocoon. It's the metamorphosis stage where you go in. I don't mean to be so cliche. And then when that caterpillar goes in there, it turns to liquid, and then it has wings when it comes to fly. So you're kind of you're still in the glob right now. So it feels yucky to you, who you are and what you're going to be. But when you come out of it, it's going to be beautiful and empowered, and you're going to empower others with your wings when you come flying out of this. You're going to come more out like the Pegasus instead of yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this. Okay. So, Libra, your word is be illuminated by the light that you are. Let your light shine. And it's okay to go within the cocoon and shine it to you within, and let that beauty reflect in the value that you are. And then when you come out of this, you can reflect that out to the rest of the world. You may need a break from doing it for everybody else. Okay. Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is happening behind the scenes for you. There's something going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors. It's a major karmic reset for you. You just need to rest a little. You need to put yourself out, pull yourself out of it. You need to pull yourself out of it. It's not a time for you to be out there in the world doing. That's where you are normally. Right now, you are starting to get some energy that's coming in from Aries in that North Node. And there's some activations that came up for you with that super moon. And there was a lot going on externally. There was a lot going on, and you were feeling the energy of that. Now it's time to pull inward. And it's okay that that to be in that energy of, well, this just happened, and now these new developments are starting. It's okay to be at that point. So what do I need to let go in the areas of my life to promote my health, to promote my lifestyle and my day-to-day living? What do I want to choose? That's the questions for you to do your inner inquiry with, Scorpio. I would actually suggest that for everybody. What do I need to do to surrender and to let go of what's been behind the scenes, hidden away, and what's been toxic? What do I need to do right now? That is the question to go within and ask. How do I let go and end things in order to move forward? What's great time to set into to go in to your inner committee room with these questions. Try not to be so active around this time of the eclipse. Scorpios with all the Scorpio risings. Did you got that other one? You've been in this, like where Libra is now. You've been in this for the last 18 months. And this next one that's coming up, it's on the Taurus Scorpio energy. So take some time to just be with you during the next 2 weeks. Because there's going to be a lot of deep spiritual message for you. And you're going to be doing a lot of deep inner work, and you're going to have some wild dreams during this time period. So when this eclipse season comes, this could be for everybody. The dreams can be very much more powerful and more meaningful. So this is in your 12th house of sleep, and your sleep might be disrupted, and probably because you're going to have some weird dreams, and those dreams could be intense during this time period. You might even have nightmares with it, but it's your subconscious working out stuff. You could have visitations during your sleep time, and because of the Plutonian energy that's going on. And this is there to show you something, to alert you to something, because there's something that you and all the signs that you have to let go of. And not only are you going to want to do this mentally, but this is in the third house with Pluto mentally. So you're going to, that's community. So you're not going to want to let go, but you need to let go. So I have to do this, and this. But it's like, no, knock it off your to-do list. Because that was your sixth house energy. Okay. You may feel like that there's someone working against you, and there could really be. There could be some gossip, some rumors, all that stuff. Don't let it get to you. Just like, that's their shit. And whatever that is, that's within them. So be aware that it's time, in this time of eclipse, that someone or something that's speaking against you or working against you. It's like a feeling or sensation, and you're probably right. But it's like, go back to, it's like no mind to mind. It's no mind to mind. You may have that come up for you during this time period, that you almost feel paranoid. Or like, why are they looking at me funny? What's happening? What did that person say that to me for? So you could have that you could be really sensitive about that during this time period. And then after the eclipse is over, it's going to be abundantly clear to you who was saying what and why and what that was doing. But if you need to address it, you will. And if that comes up to you, because it could be about you drawing some boundaries for yourself. So your mantra, your word, the energy to bring to you, I'm hearing it's about boundaries. Let's see. It's something about boundaries and knowing that you're protected, and you're protected within your heart, and that you're safe. That you're safe with the energy. I'm hearing that the light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The light of God surrounds me wherever I am. That's the light. I am the light of God. I said that all wrong, but I'm hearing that one. You can look that up. I don't remember what the name of that one is. Some kind of something great prayer. Anyway, that's the energy that I'm hearing for you during this time period, if that comes up for you. It's not about getting even. It's about surrounding yourself in the light of God. Okay, Sagittarius. I feel like this is all getting really heavy. It was really heavy on my Libra and my Virgo and my Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius. This is happening in your 11th house. Lucky Sag. Oh, thank God. This is about, it's not going to be hitting you as intense as the other signs that we've already gone through. So this could actually be some great energy for you. There could be a connection from your past involving friendships and a group that you're a part of. It could be a social organization, or part of something that comes back around that's really in a positive way that benefits you. There's like a reset for a new beginning with these people, with this person, this connection. So it could be very beneficial for you. It's something that you may need to bring back into the mix, something that you forgot how much that you loved being in that group. So that could be coming up for you. And there also could be some relationships with new groups and friendships. And there could be some that you need to let go of during this time that's no longer feeding you, no longer feeding your soul. The ones that you need to let go of will be abundantly clear for you, and it'll be easy and simple. So you don't have to worry about any ill-fated karma between that. It's just let it fade away. It's just time for those situations to go. So the biggest thing is when the new people come in, those are going to be key connections for you, new friendships. That's going to come. They're going to feel deeply familiar to you, especially when you feel like you really know this person. Pay attention to that because there could be a familiarity that is comfortable and that shouldn't be there when you just meet someone. Yeah, I'm said shouldn't. I should never say shouldn't, but you just feel it. You feel the connection with them for the very first time. So that's what this eclipse is going to be bringing for you. This person, these people could change your life in some way. Your connection with the group is going to change your life in some way. So pay attention to it and just note that that's going to be very important for you. And yeah, so have fun with it, Sag. Maybe during this time period, since it's in your zone of luck, go buy a lottery ticket. Play with something. Do some adventurous thing for you. So your word is adventure. Pay attention to the energy when you have the lucky feeling and go for the adventure. Capricorn. Capricorn rising. There's a big reset going on in your 10th house of career and public reputation. There's something that you need to move on from in order to move forward your career goals and your plans. You probably have some big ambitions, and if you want those ambitions to take hold, you need to let go of trying to control everything, especially if you're well, just let go of that. Okay, so anywhere in this particular eclipse, you could be feeling that energy and that you're going to be feeling more intensely because of the Pluto square and the nodes. There's going to be things that are changing for your home life and changing. Your family life is changing. Your career is changing. What you thought your goals were. And when it comes into the big picture of what you want to do and what you want and to put out into the world, and even if you're not working with those things, there's still things that are going to be changing around you in that way. So, what's the legacy that you want to leave behind after you're not here anymore, Capricorn? That's the big question. What's going to last for the long time period and bring quality to you and to others? Um, that could be the question that you're asking yourself. So your priorities may be shifting dramatically right now. It's not about something that you can completely have any control over, but it could be partially due to external circumstances. Your family situation has changed, and so that could change your career goals. You know that it's if you're in that part of life of family. Like say the partner got a promotion and you got to move somewhere. That kind of stuff, and you have to make decisions about what you're going to do with that, and if you're going to try to stay where you are or move in this direction. That could be a situation for the family. Okay, I'm just making that up for example. There's something that you need to let go of that you thought that once that you were going to do that, and you're probably not going to do it anymore. And that's okay because you learn from whatever effort it was that you put into it. We know that things don't stay the same forever, and that you're going through a deep transformation. And you're also in that kind of cocoon stage that you're getting ready to go through that metamorphosis. So Pluto has been hitting you. It's been in your sign. So Pluto is going bang, 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 back and forth into Capricorn. It's been there for what, 7 years? And and then it went out and then it came back in. So you've been in that for these last few months. And it's at the last degrees of this. So you could really be feeling that because it's the last degrees of this energy of this transformation and letting go of old structures. And then, it's going to be moving on into Aquarius the first of the year. So this time period between October to the end of the year, that's the energy that you're going to be in during this time period. It's the stage of where you are, who you are, that's trying to align with you externally and who you truly and deeply are inside. So this internal is matching the external, so that that it can really be a difficult process because you have no choice right now but to be true to yourself. And that holds what holds true right now, especially when it comes to your career. If it's not aligned, and this is it. If it's not aligned with what you deeply need and want and desire, and you know that now, then let it go. If you change career paths, you need to move, you need to let it go, and to come so we can come into alignment with what's inside of you, that your internal alignment can happen and you can show that to the world. Okay, so you may not see the big picture now, and it's a little scary when that happens, but you're in this rebuilding phase. All the cardinal signs, it's like hitting you hard like that. So that's the energy that's up with that. Okay, so there could be something that's born out of something from your past in your career that you learn for yourself in your way, and you take it forth with what you're going to do with it and how it matches you and who you are and what that walk is for you as a light worker, is what I'm here into the world, and how you bring light to others. Okay, so your word for this situation is alignment and transformation and letting go of what no longer serves. That's more than a word, isn't it? That's where you're at, Capricorn. And that's what the energies for the next 18 months are going to be about you. Alignment. That's your word. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. This energy is happening in your ninth house. This could be a very nice and pleasant energy for you. New opportunities could come up for you involving travel plans. Ooh, that sounds fun. Something involving higher education. Maybe you want to learn a new skill set, take a new course, become a teacher, or put some information out into the world. All these things are possible around this eclipse time. It's going to feel comfortable to you, and you're doing something new and traveling to a new place, and this place is probably one that you've connected with in a past life. It could be some kind of karmic connection for you that you just don't realize yet, and you might travel there and it feels weirdly familiar. And it could be eerie, and anything that may come up could be very like synchronistic. It could be that type of energy where you feel like you're already know this culture and that you've been to this place before. So it's like it's so familiar that it's going to feel freaky to you. Because you're supposed to reconnect with this in your past, or in the energetic connection that it's going to bring through you karmically. It feels like it's going to bring a old gift from the soul that you're not using right now. So if travel comes up for you, it's a beautiful opportunity to do it, to make this happen. This trip could be taking you, could change your life forever. It could be one of those kind of trips. So education wise, specifically higher education, and that doesn't mean you have to go back to college. It's not always that higher education. It could be higher education from spirit. Could be a significant factor during this time period. This could be a venture that's not of the body, but of the mind. Expanding the mind through knowledge, wisdom, and higher level of experiences. If a new teacher or course or education program shows up and it feels comfortable to you right now and familiar, then that might be what you need to be doing right now. In the terms of what you need to let go of, this could be it could be the opposite of those things. Maybe you thought you were going to travel to a certain place. That's not the place. It's just all of a sudden this other one comes up. Like the ticket is just put in your hand. It's without effort. So if it's not working out, surrender that one because there's something better coming your way. Okay? And perhaps you thought you were going back to study. You were going to get a certificate in something. Maybe like you thought you were going to be a real estate agent, and now it's like, no, I'm going to teach angel guides instead. I mean, it could be something like that. Maybe you already have, because you already have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the experience that you already need, and something's going to activate within you when you do this trip, and you're going to know what this is, and you're going to realize that it's bringing something to you, and it's from this direct experience that you're going to have in this lifetime. Okay, I'm losing my throat here. It might be comfortable. I'm sorry. You have an affinity for whatever this is in this experience that comes to you and what it activates within you. Okay. Oh, maybe even do a past life regression during this time period. And you don't have to believe in past lives to do past life regressions. It's a soul thing. And it's really about going to your soul records to see what the soul wants to gift you at this time period. Okay, so this is a powerful energy for you, and a powerful energy in the next 18 months, and what it's bringing to you, and how you're going to acclimate your gifts, what you're going to bring from your past and your past experiences of what you already know and what you've done in this lifetime, and where you're going to take that into the future. It's going to be very beneficial time period for you. So your word for this, your mantra is, let's see, what is your mantra for this time period? Let me ask. I've been just hearing connection to higher self and higher learning. That's not a just, that's a biggie. So connect to that and you will know the way. Okay, Pisces. This energy is happening in your 8th house. So it's intense. Out of the signs, you're going to feel it a little bit more intense. 8th house is finances, so you could feel some anxiety, some past trauma, some experiences coming back around you, throwing you for a loop when you thought everything was took care of, and it re-triggers you due to something from the past that comes into your current experiences. Could be something that's not in your hands. It requires you working through these issues. It's one of the best times for you to let go of your past, though, through, counseling, past life regression, therapy, shamanic healing, deeper healing methods. It's also a good time to let go of attachments to debt. If debt has been causing any emotional intensity and fear for you, remember, your mental perception might not be equivalent to the objective circumstances of the situation. You may be overthinking it, especially around the date of the eclipse, that you could be in a panic about this. You're just like, I'm hearing, don't sweat the small stuff. You're dotting too many I's and crossing too many T's. You don't need to go back and redot them and recross them again. So the whole picture, there could be some clarity that comes up as you move away from the eclipse, and something that's being eclipsed or hidden away at this time might end some financial connections for you, possibly some joint finances from a marriage and dealing with financial aspects of a divorce, something like that. In that, a divorce of some kind of relationship, whether it's a real divorce or something in the family. Okay, a split of stuff. 8th house is other people's money. You're already separating from this energy. If you are already separating from this, financial situations may arise during this time period, and it may also be organically and karmically to bring up thoughts about creating a will, getting your life insurance policy, do some 3D stuff, selling some insurance. That could be part of what's going on. Something with some things in that way that are monetary. That could be what you're dealing with during this time period. And the outcomes might not be what you wish, but it'll pan out in the long run if you let go of the micromanagement and the control. So the eclipse may bring up some fears or anxiety about death, mortality that's not, because that eighth house can be that too. Not necessarily indicating actual death, but greater awareness of death due to the events around you during the time period, and thinking about wills and life insurance policy and all that stuff, and what that stigma is and the condition that goes along with that. So it's a great time to let go of these fears that might arise that aren't from the actual situations, but because of the heaviness of that energy. So pay attention to the fears that are rising from these karmic reasons, for you to work through and to heal this energy and to let this go. This is a deep healing energy, especially for letting go of the non-physical internal issues that could later impact your physical body if not addressed. It's time for some deep healing and not shying away from examining things that are usually scary or taboo or unpleasant. Okay, people. And so your word, your energy for this next 18 months, Pisces, and what is there for you? I'm hearing it is a time to embrace the deep healing and to let go of any fears that have came up around the monetary things of the 3D. So it's just accept the healing, bring the energy in, and also that this or something better energy will serve you well during this time period too. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for the gift that you are to humanity. Thank you for coming here to planet Earth to be and who to come to be who you are. I will go into the deeper dive. I've touched around on the partial lunar eclipse and the energy of that. So we'll go into that energy of that's coming up because it's going to be the final eclipse of this Taurus Scorpio axis. Thank God that we won't go through that again for 9 years or longer. Okay, so that's the energy that we're in. Oh, this eclipse that we're in now, so it's 18 years. Eclipses come in 18. We're in the energy for 18 months, but they come in 18-year cycles. So wherever you were 18 years ago, what's the date of 18 years? 2004, 2005, whatever that energy was that you were in then, this could be a reoccurrence of the same energy during that time period and what those themes were in your life. I'm not saying the exact same thing, just the themes around that. I forgot to bring that in and what that energy is. Okay, I am going to sign off of here because my throat is losing it. So be blessed. Be the light you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your light, for being here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things that you do to make my numbers do whatever it is that they do, and that brings more light to this planet. Brings more light to this planet. Okay. Oh, I'm going to do some kind of transformation thing with this eclipse energy. And so, yeah, stay tuned to that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being everything that you are. Thanks for being your freaky self that you are. And take care of yourself during this time period, this crazy time period here on humanity. Be blessed.